The news started from a seemingly normal interview, where Sam Heughan appeared with his characteristic calm demeanor, polite smile and deep eyes that made people feel like he knew more than he said. The reporter asked about his career, about the whiskey he produced, about new projects. Everything was going smoothly until the moment the host asked the question that millions of fans had been curious about for years. Sam, you've always been rumored to have a lot of feelings for Caitriona Balfe. But, is there another love that fans don't know about? The atmosphere seemed to suddenly stop for a few seconds. Sam didn't avoid it, didn't smile awkwardly. He just tilted his head slightly, his eyes looking far away as if reaching a place that only he could understand. And then he said, "Yes. I have another love. A love that I've kept hidden for a long time." The whole studio held its breath. Not Caitriona? Not his rumored girlfriend? Not any of the beauties who have ever appeared by his side? Instead, Sam tells a story that has never been revealed. It all started from the first days he came to Scotland to prepare for the first season of Outlander. At that time, he was just a young man, full of ambition but also full of confusion. The project could change his life, but could also bury him under the huge expectations of the public. On a rainy afternoon, Sam got lost in the Sky Valley. He looked for shelter and finally stopped at a small wooden house on the edge of the forest. There, he met an elderly woman, gentle face, light silver hair, bright eyes that seemed to see through the person in front of him. Her name was Myra. She was not an actress. Not a celebrity. Not someone in the entertainment industry. She was a woman who lived alone in the Scottish countryside, raising sheep, baking, and writing stories that she never published. On their first meeting, she said only one thing. "You have a heavy heart that shouldn't be so heavy." For some reason, Sam was speechless. In the following months, every time he finished filming, he would come to that small house. Myra would give him herbal tea, listen to him talk about his fear of being judged, the pressures of celebrity, and the times he felt lost even in front of thousands of fans. While everyone saw him as Jamie Fraser, the hero, the ideal lover, the symbol of strength, only she saw him as Sam, a man still searching for a peaceful place for his own soul. One day, Sam asked, "Why are you helping me like this?" She smiled. "Because I see you as someone I once loved." It was the first time Sam understood that she had old stories in her heart, too, unspeakable wounds, losses that only Scotland knew. "Caitriona is my soul mate in art," Sam said in the interview, his voice low and sincere. "But the love I want to talk about is not romantic love. It is love for someone who changed the way I see life. Not a fan, not a partner, but someone who taught me the value of peace." Sam paused for a moment before revealing. "My greatest love is the love for the person who helped me find myself, Myra." The room fell silent. No one knew who she was. No one had ever seen her. No news site had ever mentioned her name. But in Sam's voice, the reverence and gratitude made the story so real that no one could doubt it. But the story doesn't end there. Sam shared that 3 months ago, when he returned to Skye after a tour, the cottage was closed. The windows were covered in dust. The pasture in front of the yard had no sheep tracks. And on the door was a small note, written in familiar handwriting. "Don't look for me. Live the life I know you deserve." No new address. No goodbye. No sign of anything. She disappeared like a mist. Sam stood in front of the cottage for hours, until the sunset turned the sky purple. It was then that he realized that the love he spoke of was not a bond, but a gift she left, a reminder that no matter how noisy the world gets, people still need a place to rest their hearts. When the interview ended, a series of questions surrounded. Does Sam Heughan have a secret lover? Who is this woman named Myra? Not Caitriona? What is it between them? Sam just smiled and replied, "Love isn't always romantic. Sometimes it's just someone who makes you feel better." The next day, Sam drove back to Skye. He stood in front of the cabin, where winter was blanketed in a thin layer of frost. He closed his eyes, listening to the wind, the leaves, the earth whispering like her voice. In that moment, he suddenly understood. There are loves that don't belong to the surface of the world. But they exist so deep that they follow you all your life. And that is the love Sam Heughan wants to talk about. A love that made him the man he is today.